Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Noor Edayu binti Ismail from group AS2291B. So today I will going to talk about indoor air pollution. Do you like to stay at home all the time, and do you think staying at home is safe from any air pollution? Well, if the answer is yes, here I will explain to you about indoor air pollution that you need to know because it can affect your health. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce to you what is the indoor air pollution mean. Indoor pollution is dust, dirt, or gases in the air inside buildings such as your home or workplace that can be harmful to your health. But today I will focus on explaining about indoor pollution at home, where in fact that just being at homes you can be exposed to various types of indoor pollution without you realizing it. Why? Because there are several facts and statistics regarding your health and your home's indoor air quality according to the Environmental Protection Agency EPA, which is actually we spend 90% of our time indoors, and the quality of indoor air can be 2 or 5 times and even 100 times more polluted than the worst outside air. The EPA also has ranked that indoor air pollution among the top 5 environmental dangers. Next, do you know what kind of sources and effects of indoor pollution at your home? Okay, let me explain more about this. In fact, actually there are many more sources that can be one of the sources for indoor pollution. But these 5 sources that I choose, this is the most basic things and happens at our homes, which is heating and cooking, dump and mold, smoke and vapor, chemical cleaning and decorating, and the last one is building materials. Okay, let me see one by one. Okay, the first sources is heating and cooking. Burning wood and coal in a stove or on an open fire can release a particulate matter. Burning wood and coal also adds to outdoor air pollution. Pollutants from burning wood and on stove and open fire can create a higher percentage of emission than road traffic emission. Where possible, you should avoid using wood burner, especially if you have a lung condition. Heating and cooking with gas release a tiny particle of nitrogen and carbon monoxide into air you breathe. However, gas is much cleaner to burn than coal and wood. Coal burning produces 125 times more sulfur dioxide than gas on average. If you use a gas cooker, the most important thing is to keep the room ventilated when cooking by using an extraction fan or opening windows. The most dangerous pollution is carbon monoxide, which can kill you within a few hours. Carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas with no smell or taste. It's great when fuels like gas, oil, coal, or wood don't burn fully. It is important to make sure cooking and heating appliances are serviced regularly, and the vents and chimneys are not blocked. And an appliance that is working properly may release more soot. It's recommended you have a carbon monoxide alarm in every room where fuel is burned. If you have mild carbon monoxide poisoning, the first symptom like you might notice is headache. You might also notice a flu, and but without temperature. Next, electric is seen as the cleanest form of heating and cooking as it releases less particles than gas and much less than burning wood and coal. You may want to consider switching to electric cooking if possible, especially if you have a flare-up of symptoms from breathing in gas, wood, or coal particles. Okay. Next, let me see the effects from heating and cooking. High level of exposure to these pollutants can lead to lung and heart disease. First one is particulate matter. These microscopic particles can be inhaled and deposited deep into the lung where they can be trapped into on the membranes. And this can cause excessive growth of fiber lung tissues which can lead to permanent injury. Children, the elderly, and people suffering from the heart or lung disease are especially at risk. The next is nitrogen dioxide. It may can cause increased respiratory illness such as chest colds and coughing with plump in children. For asthma, can cause increased breathing difficulty, difficultly. Next is carbon monoxide. It can reduce blood's ability to deliver oxygen to vital tissues and affecting primarily the cardiovascular and nervous system. Lower concentration with heart disease and to decrease maximum exercise performance in young. High concentration above the national standards can cause symptoms such as dizziness, headache, and fatigue. Next sources is dam and mold. Dam can lead to condensation which encourage mold and other fungi to grow. Lot of things can cause this from cooking to washing and dry clothes. Condensation is more likely to happen in cool places in your household like windows or rooms with external walls. One fungus often found indoors is called aspergillus. It grows on dust and powdery food items like flour, and it can cause a wide range of conditions, from mild irritation of your airways to more serious infection if you have a lung condition. So if you have a bad dump, mold or fungi, get professional help to deal with it, especially if you think it might trigger your breathing problems. If you are renting, you should tell your landlord about the problem and they should to arrange to fix the underlying causes. Shelter and Citizen advise both have advice on dealing with them and more in a rented house. Okay, now let me see the effects. If you home stamp, you might have an irritated nose and throat or feel short of breath. If you have a lung condition, your symptom may get worse. It's common to have an allergy to mold. Okay, the next sources is smoke and vapor. You might find that breathing in tobacco, cannabis, and e-cigarette smoke can cause your symptoms to flare up. You might also have the same symptom when burning candle and incense. If one of your family members is smoking, please ask them to smoke outside because it is very dangerous, especially for you as a second-hand smoke and passive smoker. Actually, many non-smoker people exposed to environmental tobacco because they live with people who smoke. Okay, as you can see here, there are many effects from smoke and vapors. Smoking is the main cause of preventable illness and death. Second-hand tobacco smoke is also bad for our health. The good news is the law have banned the smoking in enclosed public space, including public transport, workplace, and in car with children. If anyone smokes in your house, tiny particles from tobacco smoke can drift all through your house. These particles can remain at harmful levels for up to 5 hours. Breathing in this smoke may cause your nose or throat to get irritated and you might have coughing or have trouble breathing. If you have long-term lung condition, will make your symptom more worse. In the long term, your risk of getting lung cancer is also increased. Children are particularly at risk. Breathing in tobacco smoke affects how their lungs work and make them more likely to develop a long-term lung condition when they grow up. Using an e-cigarette is less harmful than tobacco smoking, but these devices are not completely harmless. If you decide to use an e-cigarette at home, it should be kept out of reach of children. If your parents or carer, you should consider the drawback of permitting vaping in home. Some people are affected by secondhand smoke from cannabis cigarettes. If you have a long-term lung conditions such as asthma, breathing, and this can make your symptoms getting worse. Okay, the next sources is chemicals. The product we use to clean and decorate our homes can sometimes contain chemical called volatile organic compound (VOC). It is a good idea to avoid breathing in VOC as well as the product contain bleach or ammonia. VOC can be found in products such as washing, air freshener, furniture, deodorant, perfume, and so on. Some decorating products have a globe symbols on the packaging to tell you what level of VOC in the product. As you can see here, these are the examples of the symbols on the packaging. You may find other type of VOC such as formaldehyde in carpets, furniture, shelving, and flooring. Products containing formaldehyde should be clearly labeled according to Health and Safety Executive (HSE). Okay, now let me see the effects. Products containing VOC, particularly those in a sprays, can cause irritation to your lungs and may increase your risk of developing an allergy or asthma. Some people say that smell of new sofa or soft furnishings set off them allergics or make their asthma worse. If you live with a lung condition, your airways are likely to be irritated. VOC are not always clearly labeled on cleaning products, so it is best to look for chemical-free or allergy-friendly products. Okay, the last sources is building materials. Asbestos, actually it has been banned in UK since 1999, but older properties may still have asbestos containing materials. Before it, dangers were known as asbestos was often used in building for insulation, flooring and roofing, and also for spray on ceiling and walls. If you find asbestos in your homes, make sure it remains undisturbed. If it is damaged, you should get removed by accredited professional. Next is fiberglass. Fiberglass is a type of building insulation like asbestos. If disturbed, it becomes part of the dust in the air and can be easily breathed in. Fiberglass is safer than asbestos, but if you have fiberglass in your home, don't disturb it. If you if you come into contact with it, wear a mask and protective clothing. Next is VOC. VOC is volatile organic compound in building materials, may include roofing and flooring material, insulation, cement, coating material, heating equipment, plastic, glue, and plywood. The last one is radon. Radon is a natural radioactive gas that comes from rocks and soil in granite areas. It's colorless and odorless. Certain areas of the UK have higher level of radon. The level radon in the air we breathe outside is very low, but it can be higher inside poorly ventilated buildings. If your home is built on ground with a higher level of radon, you can take measures to reduce it. You can find out if your home is in a radon affected area at UK Radon. Indoor radon often varies from building to building. If your home is affected, UK Radon has a tool to help you decide if you need to reduce the level and how. Okay, now let me see the effects. Asbestos poses many risks to lung health. Breathing in asbestos fiber can lead to lung disease such as asbestosis and mesothelioma. Fiberglass comes with risk if you breathe it in, and it can irritate the airways and if you live with a lung condition, and you may see your symptoms get worse. VOC can cause irritation to your lungs and allergy or asthma. Radon with high level of exposure for long period of time may put you at risk of developing lung cancer. Okay, next let me see the prevention method. Okay, as you can see here, there are 10 prevention that you can do to prevent indoor air pollution, which is avoid smoking indoors, use craft supplies, make sure your gas stove is well ventilated, minimize clutter, remove carpeting if possible, use a dehumidifier or air conditioner, keep trash covered to avoid attracting pests, remove switch at the door, and have a car emission tested regularly, and minimize your air freshener use. Taking this simple precaution can help you to boost your air quality in your home and improve your health. Okay, next is regulation and guideline. It has been approved by the Minister on 30 August 2010 and will replace the Code of Practice on Indoor Air Quality launched by the Minister on July 2005. In 2010, the department has introduced the Industry Code on Practice on Indoor Air Quality 2010 to increase the compliance of designated workplace. Activity regarding these issues of indoor air quality involve the investigation of complaints from workers. The procedure of handling any complaints can be found in the Industry Code of Practice on Indoor Air Quality 2010, and investigation usually involve five main activities, which are the preliminary site visit, measuring the level of contaminant in the area, data analysis, and discussion with employers, and the report writing. Okay, to conclude this, I would say that indoor air quality has described how inside air can affect a person's health, comfort, and ability to work. Poor indoor air quality can lead to discomfort, ill health, and good indoor air quality can lead to good health. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you guys will understand better about this indoor air pollution topic and make a first step to prevent it. Thank you for your time for listening to my presentation. Assalamualaikum and have a nice day, everyone.